We back again with another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. And again, I got my man Knowledge in the
Going
house.
on, baby? What's up?
Yeah. And oh, P.S. And by the way, I gotta do something real quick. I gotta share my screen and yeah, share my screen real quick and And P.S. And by the way, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Sharp Game, and lately I've been posting a lot of pictures over there. A lot of people, a lot of people seem to like the messages that I put out a lot lately. You know, surprisingly, a lot of people seem to like it. And you got
I
some
like
people I know they if they don't like it, they just ain't gonna say nothing.
true, true.
And oh yeah, like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Now I know it's kind of late wherever you live at. I didn't. There are some people on here. I don't expect many people to be on here as usual, unless you're on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because here, what time is? Yeah, it's like
West
almost
Coast is
10.
the best coast. But yeah, man. Basically tonight, man, I want to talk about this book, The Laws of Nature by Robert Greene. Now, a lot of people, believe it or not, have already read it already. I read like the first chapter, and when the book first came out, when the book came out last week, I highly recommended people to go get it. And a lot of people they got the audio and the hardback version. So if you want to go get it, click the link below this video. But a lot of people were saying that it was good. It got good reviews, good responses from a lot of people. And I like the first book, The 48 Laws of Power, which that book to me was more like strategy, um, as far as socializing and and like public and social environments like the job.
Right.
48 Laws of Power to me was just about getting stuff done, working
Gotcha.
with people in a social environment. Now this book is more like study of human nature. That's what it's really all about. You
Mm,
know, and and anybody that's been following me for a while, nothing really changed until I studied human nature. Like nothing. I mean, I took advice from everybody. Took advice from my advice from my parents, my grandparents, my brothers, my sisters. Almost nothing worked
yeah.
at the time. I'm telling you, I came to like a crossroad at a point where I think I was like 19 at the time. And I was like, I went to college. I had to leave because my paperwork got messed up. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't, I didn't have any skills at the time. I didn't know how to do anything. I mean, I had summer jobs, but they weren't really skilled jobs. It was kind of like, hey, I knew somebody or my mom knew somebody. They said, hey, you can come and work with us. I know your mom and your dad or whatever. And but I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know how to look for a job. I
Yeah.
didn't know. I didn't have no skills. College didn't work out at the time because they ended up messing up my paperwork. And I didn't. And when my paperwork got messed up at school, I didn't even know how to go about trying to fix it.
Mm.
So I was like, yo. I just can't do anything right at the time. So I was like, yo. And then, you know, the funny thing is, bro, is when I would call, like, my sister, my brother, my parents, they never went through no shit as I was going through at the time. So it was like,
They
they
couldn't
didn't know
help.
what to say. They didn't know what to say,
Yeah.
you know?
That is.
So I came to a crossroad where I was like, yo, I just looking for anything to work. Anything. I like something. I mean, I had no choice. You know, it's my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
Understand.
something has to work. So I ended up. So I went home after college for like 6 months, and I was like, I just want to get away from here, man, because my mom on my ass.
Yeah.
you're you're like, if you're not in college, well, you got to get a job. I don't know how to get a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, so I'm like, that's why I ended up going in the Navy. You know,
Mhm.
and that was the first year was pretty tough because again I had the same problem, and most of it was due to the fact that I just didn't understand people.
Mm.
I just didn't understand. I just didn't. I thought that everybody was supposed to be just like me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing too. You got to be able to have that skill of, being able to read people, and because if not, you're gonna get played. People are gonna play you out here. So it's really good to have a good idea about the human nature and the human mind, and how you know not everybody is gonna think the same way that you think, and how to approach that situation when it comes you know about to you.
Yeah, because I realized that there's a lot of people are just not gonna be honest with you.
Right.
If you can ask them a question, or you can ask them a question. It don't necessarily gotta be about you. It could be about somebody else, and they're still not gonna be honest. I'm like, damn, well, y'all don't even be, y'all can't even. And then you got some people. It's like they'll be like, "Oh, I ain't touching that." I'm like, "Yo, what? You don't even know them. Why do you care?"
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and this goes for even in your personal relationship. It's like I talked about this in a previous video, like maybe 2 weeks ago. Some people really never know the person that they're in a relationship with. In most cases, because you got at least one person that's kind of putting up a front.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why it takes some people so long to get to know the other person, because it's like, a year might go by and it's like, yo, what you doing?
Exactly.
Or check this out, they might get upset, or they might have a couple drinks, and they'll start saying and doing stuff, and you be like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
showing your true colors out here. What's going on now? And you
Exactly.
know what? That's the real person. That's the real person. What it is they just didn't have the balls to do it previously,
Mm-hmm.
earlier.
Well,
And you have to realize that some people have two, three faces. They put up this face with the parents, they put up this face for the friends, and they put up another face for you.
yep. It's crazy, Shark Game. It really is, and that's why you can't go up based on what people say. You gotta go based on actions.
Yeah,
Because actions won't lie. Words, you can say words and they sound great, but that doesn't mean they're true.
yeah. Looking at their actions, their actions, and their intent. That's gonna tell you everything right there. Because I mean, if you this is why they always say believe half of what you see and half of what you hear.
Mm-hmm.
Because on the surface level, man, I know some people, man, they play their part well,
Yeah.
nice, they dress well, talk well. I mean, they got a nice car,
Yep.
everything. But if you get to know them, you be like, yo, you're all over the place. My God. What? I mean, you're all over them. You get to know this person, you be like, they really ain't got it like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
And this is most people. And that's the masked man and the masked woman. You see them, people at church do this a lot. People at church do this all the time. They're main ones, biggest
Yeah.
hypocrites. They'll get dressed up every Sunday with the kids if they got them, and you be looking at them like, oh man, they got it together. I wanna be like them. Not so fast, buddy.
Not behind doors.
Exactly, because every majority of people ain't really got it like that. Not the way you think. I mean, I met a lot of people in my life, especially here in Atlanta. You meet a lot of people where it's like, if I give you an example, like every once in a while I'll go to a meetup, right?
Mm-hmm.
The meetup groups in the area,
Yeah.
and the reason why I go because this one lady I met, she always called me and say, "Hey, why don't you come out here more often or whatever?" So I'm like, okay, whatever. Because it's a group where it's like the group is all about social media.
Okay.
Right? That's what the group is all about. So I'll go out there once in a while, and you have a bunch of people say, "Hey, yeah, I worked at this marketing agency. I'm a bookkeeper. They do all kinds of stuff.
Mm.
That's what they claim, right? And once you get to know these fools, you'd be like, then they'll be like, they'll backtrack and be like, "Oh, I'm just getting started. I've been back." I'm like, "What? You just told me You just told me when we first met that you've been doing this for 2 years."
That's how it goes, man. People fronting all the time, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so check this out. Now, I usually don't say nothing pertaining to what I do at all. I don't say anything about no book. I don't say anything about no blog, YouTube channel, none of that. I let them do all the talking.
Yeah.
Now, once they find out that that I actually done something, they be like, their eyes get big. Like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Shocks them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, you got people be fronting out here, man. I'm telling you. I
So
mean,
they go.
it's awful. I mean,
Damn.
people will actually let you get to know them, waste your time, and somehow they think that you're going to I'm gonna stick around after you find out that they're a liar.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and this happens all the time. You'll be around a woman, 6 months will go by, 12 months, and you find out something. It might be something like, yeah, you might thinking about marrying this woman. You
Mm.
find out she got a student loan 200,000. 200,000. Credit card is 20,000. I'm like,
Mm.
oh God.
And that's your problem too, Short Game. That's your problem once you marry her. Her debt is
Yeah,
your debt once you get married.
yeah. you might see, you look at the woman. This is what a lot of guys get caught up in. They see the woman. She got a luxury car. She got a house. Probably no kids. If you do have a kid, she might have one, right?
Pretty face, fat ass.
She got jewelry, the designer clothes and bags and all that stuff. You gotta be like, yeah, and she probably got a nice paying, decent paying job. She might go hang with her girlfriends every once in a while. Might take a little road trip every once in a while. And to see the average guy would look at that, be like, damn, man, she cut to death, man. She got it together. Good. Let me tell you, first of all, if this is when you know if she's doing it all like that, and when the weekend comes or after work, and if you're spending time, if she got time to spend with you, she ain't making enough money.
Facts.
That's what it is. If she got time to spend with you after work and on the weekends you with her, that should tell you right there. She's in debt.
Oh yeah.
She's just maintaining, bro. That's all that is.
Yeah. And sometimes, Shark Game, you don't even find, like you said, you don't even find stuff like that out for student loans and all the credit card debt until after. Some dudes don't even they get married, then they find out about that. Well, I do have a couple cards and student loans and car notes and
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know why a lot of women do this? Because a lot of guys go along with it. True. That's the truth. I know guys have women have come up and say, hey, I got I think woman was like, my credit card bill is $10,000. And he paid it.
That's
he paid it. He paid it. I know a guy that did that. I was like, why'd you do that, bro? Because I want to get married to a man that's had a fresh start. I'm not doing this shit. No, I ain't doing it.
That's crazy. And when she leaves, you're gonna feel real stupid.
Well, you're taking a chance anywhere it goes. But you know what? Look, if somebody wants to leave, good. The faster she's gone, the better off I'll be. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but you're still gonna leave. You already put up mad money though. That's what sucks too. And then if you get married, wedding, you already put 10 G's up and honeymoon. Like,
yeah, you're right. But you're taking a chance anywhere it goes.
True.
I mean, but I feel you where you coming from with that. But he paid it, so hey, I'm like, hey man, hopefully she's the one, bro. Hey,
hopefully.
They still together though.
Oh, all right.
They're still together. Yeah, they're still together. But I just don't. I just think people have to take responsibility for their actions. Stop looking for people to bail them out. That's what I think. I know. A lot of people. I just think a lot of women just don't know what they're doing. That's what I think.
That's true too.
They're doing what their friends doing or what their mom taught them. And that's the problem right there. Most of the time, if a woman is acting in a certain type of way, giving a guy a hard time, more than likely it's because of her mama.
Yep.
Some people don't. They don't want to hear that. That's where it stems from. Her mama, or that woman's been with a couple bad apples, and she got some baggage, and And most of the time, if you might be saying something that's triggering what somebody else did 5, 10 years ago. But even though it ain't got nothing to do with you, because you probably don't know what happened to us, because she probably ain't told you what happened.
Exactly.
So just that, y'all not on the same page. Because you don't know what you don't know. You can't understand what you don't know. But she ain't gonna tell you. So
Yep.
there ain't no relationship.
Recipe for disaster, man.
So you can't. And I did a video about this last week. I said most people never are in real relationships because they don't really know who the person they're dealing with.
True.
You know, if you're hiding stuff, keeping the other person in limbo, and the other person is heck, he or she they only know as much as you tell or as much as they find out about you. And they might be doing something you don't like, and you don't say anything. And eventually you're gonna explode and blow up and flip out. And the other person looking at you crazy, like, yo, what's going on? You
Mm-hmm.
know, you flip out, and most of the time, if somebody flips out on you, that ain't got nothing to do with you either. That's something in the back. Back in
Mm-hmm.
the day was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Most
they're
people
not
don't
gonna
know
tell you.
that.
But they're not gonna tell you that though.
No. And most people don't know that though, Sharp Game either. You know what I'm saying? Half the time when people flip out, it's really not at you. It's about something that, like you said, happened in the past and you just triggered it, you know?
Yeah. So I'm like, you can't have no relationship with nobody like that. That ain't gonna work. If a relationship is like a dance, y'all going back and forth, back and forth. You have to be vulnerable if you want it to work. Now, if you want to play games like a lot of people do, it's gonna crumble. It's gonna go down like the Titanic.
For sure, man. For
and
sure.
it's like, and I've seen this happen over and over and over again. Sure, some people might live together, but they're gonna be in separate rooms.
Yo.
They gonna be in separate rooms, boy. I'm telling you.
Uh, it's true though, man.
And this is why a lot of people say they envy certain couples. I'm like, what? Man, they probably ain't had sex in months,
Mm.
years, bro. You don't know what's going on in that household. These couples they put on a good face, boy. But you know what? I can tell if there's a couple in front of me or sitting down, I can observe. I can tell certain things about a couple just by their body language, the way they interact with each other. I can tell. You know, it could be a friend, family member, or whoever. Just like I have a stepsister, right? That she been married to this guy, military guy. He's out of the military now, but they've been married. He was in the military, got to be about 25 years,
Damn.
and he been out. I probably want to say 10 years now. So they're in their 60s.
Mm.
So they're not together. I know that much. They
Yeah.
ain't been together for a long time. You know, but they live together, but they ain't together. Because we went to I went to a wedding this summer,
Yep.
and it was there. And you know, at a wedding, right at the reception, uh, there's a time where they'll call all couples on the floor and dance or whatever. And my man would not dance. No, actually, she would not dance with him.
Wow.
She would not
Damn.
dance with him. I said, whoa, man, there might be some damn. You got some issues going on there, boy. Whew.
Yeah, that's the
Damn.
thing.
That's. But check this out. Now the daughter, they got a daughter that's she's about 20. She's about 25.
Mm-hmm.
She's totally clueless about what's going on between them. She's totally clueless because she was like, hey, why y'all don't want to go and dance? I'm like, young girl, you're just clueless. Then your
Mm-hmm.
mom got you clueless. They're doing you a disservice
Mm-hmm.
because if you think about it, if she can't figure out that her parents ain't together, what else is she's confused and clueless about in her own world? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, you're definitely right. And you know, Shark Game, that's a good point though. There really are a lot of couples that, yeah, they like you said, they live together, but they're not having sex, they're not sleeping in the same bed. Sometimes they're probably hardly even talking, And I feel like that too. I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like that's sort of the older generation kind of style because I feel like this newer generation, like the minute something goes wrong or whatever, they're out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, today people have too many options.
Mm,
That's the problem. That's the biggest problem. They have too many options, and a lot of guys don't got the discipline.
mm,
Don't got the discipline. A lot of women have too many options. And see, the funny thing is, a lot of women think they have a lot of options, but they really don't.
mm.
They really don't. What usually happens with a lot of women, they'll get back out there after they done screwed up their whole relationship and the whole family that they had, sending the guy through the child support system and all that crap. Once they done screwed up the whole family, but they don't know this until they get back out there. And then they find out that this thing out here ain't pretty out here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then they want to go back. It's too late now. That guy or that girl, they already moved on.
Oh
They
yeah.
already got another person. And 9 times out of 10, the person that wasn't so bad, they're way better than
Mm.
than the previous relationship.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I've
and they
seen that. I've seen that happen a few times.
yeah, and you know what else too though, Shark Game? When you said when they do ruin the family and they come back on the dating scene, a lot of time they come back on the dating scene as single parents with kids and everything else, and they're
Yeah.
wondering why the kind of quality men that they get or quality women that they get and whatnot, they wonder why certain things are happening, and and you're right, then they might try to go back and all that other stuff. But
Too
yeah,
late.
man, that's the thing.
It's hard out in these streets, especially if you're a single woman with 2 kids out of divorce.
Whew.
Guys, the average guy ain't rocking with you like that.
Mm,
Yeah, that's a lot of responsibility. He ain't got no kids. You got 2 kids, 2 or more coming out of marriage, and he's looking like, yo, I ain't got no kids, but I want a kid.
mm,
You got 2 or 3. I ain't got none. If you got 3 and we have one for me, that's 4 kids in the household. And this is my first rodeo. And I ain't really, if you work a 9 to 5 job, 4 kids, that ain't enough money.
no, and she's not making that great of money either. Shop Game, forget about it. You're gonna set yourself up for failure. And a lot of guys do that. Shark Game, they'll get
Yeah.
with women with kids or
One
whatever, and then it'll be too late. They have a kid with them
one
now,
of my
like you
part
said.
one of my partners did that.
Yeah.
He got married to this woman, had 2 kids. Now they had a kid with she had a kid for him. They got 3 kids. And every time I call him, boy, he's struggling. Like, yeah. Yeah, because you got married to a woman with 2 kids. Now he worked at some corporate job, and on the weekends he do security, and
Whew.
even after work, I think he got 3 jobs.
Man, that's not a life, Shot Game. But Shot Game, for real though, can you imagine living that kind of life all because you went with your feelings? You didn't go with logic. She's probably thought she was beautiful, went with his feelings, and now look, now your whole life is just forget about it, man.
Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine doing that shit. Cause my mom put me onto that game a long time ago
Mm,
when I was a teenager. My mom used to see these women that with 2 kids. There wasn't many of them back then. There wasn't many women, single women with kids,
mm,
single women with kids back then when I was growing up. Not a lot of them at all.
mm.
Not like it is today. Whenever my mom used to see them, my mom said, "Man, that girl needs some help." So that's what that is. Hey, that girl, man, she like, you gotta stay away. You better watch that. Stay away from that girl. Because we used to have most women, um, they put in for the divorce. Most women put in for the divorce. So if you meet a woman and she says something like, she talked down to the guy, say, "Oh, you sorry, no good, blah blah blah." I'm kind of looking at her funny style, like, you know, you talking about him like that, you might be talking about me like that one day if I stick around long enough.
Exactly.
Now I've met some women that are still legally married to the guy, and if I ask, I say, "Hey, what's y'all status? What's going on with y'all, or whatever?" She said it ain't nothing really. She just said they just stayed married because of the papers, the visa and all that stuff like that. I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, I get that, you know." But she said ain't nothing going on. Things it just didn't work out or whatever. So I said, "Oh, okay, But they didn't say anything negative about the dude though. They just said, "Hey, things didn't work out, for various reasons or whatever." But they didn't say
Hmm.
nothing negative about the dude. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if a woman just throw a guy under the bus, start talking crazy about him, I said, uh oh.
She gonna do the same thing to you. You is definitely it's not
You
gonna be
ain't
the
special.
last thing.
You ain't special.
Not at all.
You ain't special. And this is the thing. See, a lot of people present themselves like they're so perfect. But boy, that's a red flag. Woo! And
No.
see, let me tell you the worst type of person to be around.
Mm,
Person that's knows everything, thinks their way is the only way, and they have that mentality like they're self-righteous. That's the worst person to be around.
mm,
And the most dangerous person to be around. Because if you're around this person and if you're doing something, which could be anything, but let's say you're doing something or participating in something that involves your safety, and you're letting this person lead the way, and in your mind you be like, well, you crazy, you'll get us killed. But you have people out here that's like this. It's people in the military that's like this. I've
mm,
had guys told me that in combat situations,
mm.
when they're in Iraq, Afghanistan, or Bosnia, um, you got these college boys that come straight out of college, right? And they out in the field as officers telling everybody else what they supposed to be doing, and they ain't got no experience. And they said, boy, you listen to these college boys, they get you killed out there. That's a good example.
That's crazy.
Might be a little extreme, but it happens. It's
Mm.
these college boys will make one. It might be one wrong turn down the highway, and they get ambushed.
Yep.
Everybody get killed.
Yep. And that's how it goes too, Shark Game. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other jobs as well. A lot of people, they come right out of school, they make them, managers, or VPs, or you know what I'm saying, police officers, whatever it is. And these people don't have any experience, but everybody's looking up to them as if they do, and they're portraying that they do have it when they don't know what they're doing. But I mean, in the military though, Shark Game, that's a whole different ball game from everything else. That's real
Yeah,
serious because you're
exactly.
everyone's that's big.
Yeah, I mean, you can get people killed in the military, making dumb split decisions because you got some rank over everybody. And you don't think you should listen, because you rank higher than everybody else. And sometimes a lot of the people that do have experience, they shut them college boys down. They're like, we ain't doing nothing. You
Mm.
don't know what you're talking about. You're getting us killed out here. We trying to get back home. Hell with
Yeah,
what you talking about.
yeah. Put my life in your hands, be at jeopardy.
Yeah, because a lot of times people have big egos and they think and they don't really understand, and they just have bad people skills too, man. A lot of people out there like this. They're
Mm.
socially awkward. They just, which bring me to another point. I think some people don't have the mental capacity to connect, relate, um, just to have a sense of empathy for people. I
Mm.
think some people don't have. They're not like some people. I think they're lacking certain qualities.
Mm.
That's what I think, man. And I don't know if there's some type of scientific study about this, but there's some people that I've met, and I've tried showing them things. You can talk their head off all day long, and they're just not going to be able to understand where you're coming from. It's
Mm.
like it ain't gonna work with some people. I
Yeah,
think, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, no. I was gonna say, they're set in their ways, pretty much. They're not open to any kind of discussion, pretty much, right?
No, this is next level. This is past just setting the ways. This is
Mm.
where some people, they're so programmed, they're so brainwashed. It's like they're so conditioned. It's like you can't get past that wall. You can't
Mm.
get past that. For some reason, what you're trying to tell them, sometimes even show them, it's just not. It's just not sticking in their memory. They
Gosh,
can't. They can't hold the information. You got to keep telling them over and over and over again. You got to keep showing them over and over and over again. And then after about a month, you be like, yo, I showed this person how to do this shit 10 times. And they still don't understand how to do it. People like that,
gosh.
it's like they've been doing the same thing for so long where it's like they just can't get. It's like, I give you an example. I used to work with a Caucasian woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's from New Hampshire,
Okay.
right? So in the job environment, if she's around us, people that she know, whether they black, Hispanic, whatever, right? You know, it's okay. But when I noticed when she was around other Caucasian people, it was kind of like she kind of flipped the script.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like as long as she was around us in our environment, she was okay. You know, but if you had a similar discussion with her around her friends and family, which were Caucasian people,
Mm-hmm.
it's like she see she'll respond differently to the same question, same discussion. So I'm
Uh,
like, she was like, she would go back and forth, you know. So, I met a lot of Caucasian women that were like this. It's like it doesn't matter how cool you are, doesn't matter how many achievements you got, your celebrity, whatever. A lot of Caucasian women just can't get past the fact that you're not a white man.
mm,
That
yeah.
that's I this is like a consistent pattern that I've been seeing over the past 30 years. You
No.
work with them, you I never dated any white woman. You work with them, you socialize with them, you go to the I don't know, the conference, the event, you might even uh you might have done her a favor, she might have done you a favor. Or introduce you to somebody, whatever. But even still then, it's like it's that thing where it's like she'd be like, yeah, you know, he's a great guy, cool guy, but he's still black. It's that deal. It's that deal. It can't get past it.
Mm,
It can't. You can show her. You can be showing her how to. I give you example. Another example. I
all right.
showed this. I showed this white chick how to how uh how I built my first website. It's a
Okay.
good example. But I noticed when I was showing her how I built my website, I was telling her how to do it at the same time. I would show
Mm,
her step by step how to do it, right? We're
mm,
side by side, her computer right here and my computer right here, step by step. But I noticed during that whole process, she did not like the fact that I was telling her to do it.
uh,
But when when somebody else told her to do it, no problem.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So some people are so mentally broken, brainwashed, toxic.
Mm.
You just got to leave some people alone.
Oh yeah.
You
You
just got to
can't
leave them
save them all.
alone.
Can't save them all, shot game, and then that's another aspect of Two Face as well. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I never liked that with people. If you're gonna act a certain way with me, then I expect you to act a certain way. You know, period. That's how you act. You know, when people do that, that's when I'm just like, all
Yeah.
right.
Some people, and the dangerous thing is a lot of people like that can be easily influenced. Those people will undermine you and do things behind your back and sabotage what you're trying to do sometimes.
Mm.
That's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Because now some people will say, hey, man, why don't you go to counseling? You can work it out. No, you can't. Let me tell you something. If somebody uh, put your life in danger, uh, steal 20, 30, $40,000 out your bank account and haul ass,
Mm.
it ain't no counseling in the world gonna help that.
No, not at all.
If a woman sets you up, get you robbed, get you killed, no, Constantly go work with her. That's just how she is. That's how they are. That's who they are at the core. That's a part of their character. So, those type of people you just got to stay away from.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
You
No
know?
change in them. No change in those people shot game. Not at all. Nothing you can say or do. That's just their mentality alone of itself. You know.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, a lot of these people are very clever. They know how to present themselves. And see, I today especially, most of the time, the people that's screwing you over are hiding in plain sight. Whether you're at your job, whether you're probably at your company if you got one, or your nonprofit, if you work in one or you got one, or maybe you volunteering for kids or old people or some type of program. A lot of times when these organizations try to do something and they have such a hard time, and maybe you have good intentions,
Mm.
and everything you seem to try doesn't work out, but you can't figure out why it don't work out. And the reason why you can't figure out why it don't work out because the person, somebody in around you, is working against you.
Yep.
And this happens a lot because I know there's some people online. I see they got good intentions, but there's 9 times out of 10 there's somebody around them, close to them, that's undermining them,
Mm.
and we don't realize it until months, sometimes years later, man. You know, it happens all the time. See, the person that's you think that's your enemy that live down the street, uh, uh, cross, on the other side of town.
Yep.
That's the person we look out for. I got to look out for keeping this dude away from me. Now, a lot of times they ain't like that.
Mm.
Some of those same people will get other people close to you. This is why a lot of people always you pay people to do stuff. This is why
Yeah.
the jails is full. This is why the jails is full.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because these guys got caught doing anything. Most of them ain't got caught doing nothing.
Yep.
They got it was because somebody was willing to take the money and get on the stand and lie or say something to a recording and
Yep.
and lie. And that's how a lot of people go to jail. That's how
Yeah.
the majority of them go to jail.
That's 100% facts too, shot game. And a lot of people don't even realize that, it's even the people at home, the person sleeping next to you at night, the boys you talk to that you
Yeah,
say your boys. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's
You be
crazy.
thinking, you be thinking, hey, this person automatically got my back. No, don't assume nothing. No, you never assume anything. Just because y'all laid up together, all cozy up together, don't assume that this person is gonna be around for the long term.
Mm-hmm.
Unless y'all talk about it, or unless y'all planning on being together. But some people, they're passive when it comes to that. They won't say anything. If she don't say nothing, I won't say nothing. I'm like, why you do that, bro? I mean, I don't want to know. Why would you not want to know? That's
Mm.
stupid. A lot of people talk like this. They'll be like, I don't want to know what's going on. Why not? Are you gonna wait until something happens? And
Exactly.
then, and then when something happens, you gonna flip out and act crazy, and now you want to beat her up. Come on, man.
Yep. It's sad. It's sad people think like that, shot game. It really is. And the
this is
end
how
result.
this is how Hernandez ended up in jail.
Yep.
This girlfriend, uh, basically took. they paid her some couple dollars. I don't know how much it was to say, hey, he did it. Basically.
Yeah, he told me to go put the gun here and there. Yeah.
And the attorney was like, she had to do what she had to do. I'm like, oh, you guys are scumbags. Because I ain't had no proof.
No.
I had no proof of nothing. Everything was like talk. He say, she say. Talk.
Mm.
So see
Yeah.
the thing, even if you're a street dude, that don't mean you're guilty.
It's true.
That's the thing. See, the thing that they do in the media a lot. If you're a street guy, even if you're an ex-street dude, and if you get into any violent altercation, or somebody makes some claim of you being in a violent altercation, they automatically say you're guilty. He
Yep.
did it. That's not necessarily true, bro.
It's just,
that's ludicrous.
you know what it's like. This I know you probably haven't heard of him, but there's this guy. He's out in Philly. This rapper, AR Rab, and they're saying he's going to jail for 200 years because he lived that persona as being a thug, and they're hitting him with this kingpin of all this heroin and everything else, and it's like nothing shows that he himself did it, but they're calling him the leader. But that's also because he was on social media saying, he's the top goon and everything else. So I say all this to say that it doesn't necessarily mean that he didn't, doesn't necessarily mean that happened, but as an overall image, that's what a lot of the times they go off of too, because most of the time, Shaw Game, when people get caught up like you said like that, like they're not necessarily touching the work or anything like that. It's other people that are doing it. They're not getting their hands dirty, but since their face is the one that's all over it and not the person that's doing all the dirt, somebody has to be blamed, and I feel like that's when all that happens.
Yeah, it's like the big fish.
Yeah.
The big fish in the crew. But it's like, hey, we know who he is. I don't know who the rest of these guys are. So he's a fall guy.
And you know what, Sharp Game? They arrested him. Like I guess the FBI had been watching him for like a year or
Well, more
whatnot.
than likely, yeah, he had a record anyway, and he was in and out of jail. And once he got out of jail, he's been out of jail for a couple years now.
Oh yeah, you know who he is. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
So
I
now, the cops know who he is. So it's kind of like they probably want to get him back up in there anyway. That
And
type of thing.
you know what they're saying though, Sharp Game, real quick? They're saying they arrested 9 people with him, and the thing was like, there's 9 other people that got arrested with him. Someone's gonna say something. that's that's
Yeah.
what they were saying. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it works, man. It's a game, you know. But see, man. So at the end of the day, man, there's no perfect person in this country. There's something wrong with everybody, But the thing is you have to be aware of what issues you got. Now the most dangerous person, the second most dangerous person, is a person that thinks there's nothing wrong with them. Oh man. Get away, don't walk. Run. Because there's no perfect person in this country. You can't live in America and be flawless. It's impossible. It's too much mud out in the streets. You can't be perfect. You can't be flawless in this country. No way. It's impossible. It's impossible. There's no way. Not in this country. Not in the United States of America. I mean, the way the country started, the way the United States of America started, it's like you can't have perfect people in this country. It's impossible. I mean, look at the history of this country. Oh my God, no. you can when you have a bunch of what you have in most cases, people have gotten used to telling lies and living a lie.
Mm.
And in some cases, even if you talk real talk, people get uncomfortable. People get uncomfortable.
Yep.
So you have a bunch of people that have quote quote friendships that they don't really talk about anything. They don't really talk about anything. They talk about the football game, the basketball game, going to the club. I got a new car. I got a new job. I got. I'm going to see this girl. That's it. That's the extent of it.
Mm.
They ain't talking about making no extra money in most
No.
cases. They're not. Uh, they ain't really talking about um helping their friends, their family, uh, do anything. It's kind of like it's the same old crap.
Yeah,
Really.
not putting each other on the no game, nothing like that.
Nope,
Business strategies.
nope, nope. You're not gonna get any of that. You know what I'm saying? You see what's going on in this chat.
Yeah, and
Apple
those,
Mac in the
oh, Apple
house.
Mac, yeah. Those, but those are the kind of people like when you're around a group of people like that, when you realize that that's when to get out. You need to be like what's that saying that we say? You always want to be around people that are doing things, and that if you the smartest one in the group, you're in the wrong group. You need to be with people that you're learning game from and can make moves with in life. You know.
Yeah, happy station in the house. People lack empathy after being mistreated a lot. Most people, well, treatment does that to people. People are bad at holding and understanding information. You right about that. Coach, which and uh, they got a Lord now. Violence, being the way they OJ grandma plans. They get off jail free card. That's fine. Yeah, that happened to OJ. Yeah, Sharp and Flawless. What are you talking about? Yeah, that did happen to OJ. That was a good example of that. OJ and yeah, OJ. That was a good example. Everybody
Yeah.
know OJ. Anybody with some logical sense know OJ didn't kill nobody. I knew when OJ first went to trial. Yeah, I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I was a teenager then, and so I didn't understand anything about the case at law at the time or whatever until I went in the military. When I went in the military, uh, and when I got out, because people were saying OJ's he's a killer, cold blooded killer or whatever. They're saying that crap, right? When I got out of the military, I said, "Oh, I know what a killer is. I know there's something about them. Something about them just different from the average person."
Mm.
And I met OJ in person at the country club in Charlotte.
Oh wow, I know that.
Yeah, this is early 2000. I met OJ at the country club, right? And they told OJ he had to leave. They said they wasn't gonna serve him.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I knew it was him. I was like, oh, that's OJ. And it was a guy that took a picture with him, and we was walking out at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and we was waiting on our car, just like he was waiting on our car for the ballet, right? Ballet parking. And we talked to OJ for like 10 minutes. And OJ, he's like silly acting dude. Kind of
Mm.
like you know, he's one of those guys that you just can't take him serious.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That type.
Yeah.
Just
Mm-hmm.
silly acting. Don't. really. He's kind of clueless to a lot of things. He's laughing, giggling all the time. I said, this dude ain't no killer. I don't know what happened. I don't know who he was hanging around, but this dude ain't no killer. I said, and the dude I was with, he's ex-military too at the time.
Yeah.
So man, I said the same. I said, man, my man, this dude ain't no killer. And he's like, yeah, I agree. No, no way. There's no way, man. No, I don't know. The come to find out, they were hanging around a mob of type dudes, man, in L.A. back in
Yeah.
the day. Yeah, so so he's hanging with people that's kind of over his head. He shouldn't be hanging around people like that.
Nah.
But he got married to a woman that was hanging around people like that. So yeah, that comes with the territory.
Yeah, they set that up real good.
And plus the house where Nicole and that other guy, that the killing, that was a lot. That was like a bloodbath, yo. That was some mob type killing. I'm talking like it was like a Texas Chainsaw type killing, that type thing.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? It's like a bloodbath. They said you couldn't even. There was blood everywhere, and one person can't kill like that.
No, not at all.
Not like that. Oh,
Mm-mm.
not like that. You got to have at least 2 to 3 people
And then
killing
right
like that.
after that, when he got into the Buick, remember, and they're just following him right on the highway like that. That
Yeah,
whole
yeah. So I went back and watched all that tape footage when I got out the Navy,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, something ain't right about that. Something ain't right about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how they knew why they following him, and it's like they know he was going home. Like,
Yeah, a lot of missing.
yeah, it was like so many red flags.
But then remember, after that, years later, he wrote the book. This is how I would have did it if I did it. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He just did
that
some
book.
weird. Mhm.
Yeah, and that book that got banned.
Yeah, it did. But my thing is like just like weird stuff like that, Shark Game. Like, all right, why would you even? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got off. Why would you even want to mention or talk about it, let alone
Yeah,
write a book saying that? You
exactly.
know?
See, that's what type of guy he is. He
Mm.
actually signed a deal, a book deal like that. I mean, why would you sign a book deal? Why would you even entertain that? That's something ain't right about him. He's that type, you know. It's like you see OJ right now. OJ playing golf in
Yep.
Florida.
Yep.
It's like he's doing the same. He ain't laying low. He's doing the same thing he did before he went to jail. It's
Yep.
like this dude, boy. He just TMZ just called him a couple of weeks ago. He playing golf. He said, OJ, what you think about what you think about Trump? This dude, 70 something years old, man. You know,
He's a interesting dude, man. Then he went to jail for stealing his own stuff, his own merchandise. Like,
yeah,
I was,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you go to jail for stealing your own stuff. Come on, man. This is crazy. You know, give me what? Say you got 33 years, but you end up doing what? What? How many? 10?
yeah, like 10, yeah, like 10, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah,
No
that's
more than
crazy.
that.
I mean, so this is where we live at, though. This is the country we live at, where it's like mistreatment at record-breaking numbers,
Mm.
and you're gonna walk, and people gonna walk around and act like it ain't nothing wrong with them.
Well,
It's no way. You can't. You cannot. You're gonna be affected in some way somehow. Is OJ still rich?
All that football money is gone,
Well,
man. That's what he was doing.
I don't know if I don't know if he's still rich, but I know he's still getting a football pension. That's all I
He's
know.
still,
That because they couldn't touch they they took everything else he had, but they couldn't touch the football pension.
oh, I thought they got the football pension too. All right,
Nah,
my bad. I thought.
nah, they can't. No, they
Uh,
can't touch that. No, they could take anything else. He had the house, the cars, the bank account. They can't take the football money. No, can't do that.
damn.
Yeah, can't do that. Because the NFL is that's like a different jurisdiction. That's the NFL is non-profit, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Mm.
they do make a profit, but I think it's a non-profit. So
I.
that's like when you sign your contract with the NFL, that's like a different world, different
Okay.
jurisdiction. So of course they follow certain guidelines, certain rules, but they make their own rules. If you want to come into what we got over here in our corporation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't come to us unless we're really doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's being that OJ, he played football, he signed the contract, he retired and everything. You can't you can't touch that. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
That's how that works.
Okay.
It's
I
kind
didn't
of
know
like
that. Got
it's kind of like it's kind of like a trust. That's what it's like.
mm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense because they did not that he didn't do. They did this thing for what's the name Iverson. You know what I'm saying? He just can't touch his money until he's like 50 something. So yeah, you're right. It is
Yeah. Yeah.
like
You
a
know.
trust.
See, anything outside of the NFL or anything outside of a corporation, they can take everything. You got it, really. If it
Yeah.
ain't a trust or a corporation, they can take everything you got. Take all your cars, take everything. Take your house, take all your money. Because as a matter of fact, when you put your money in a bank account, in small print, the bank tells you when you put your money in here, you're not guaranteed to get all of it back.
Mm.
The banks, they actually tell you this. They don't
Yeah.
tell you, but it's in the fine print when you sign your name or type your name, however you open your bank account. It's
That's
like a
all.
lot of people don't realize this. If like, let's say if for whatever reason they ran out, let's say the bank ran out of money, right? They
Mm.
go low on money. The banks can take everybody's money if need be. If they have some type of financial hardship, something like that. That has happened to people before in the past. In I think 2008, when a lot of these banks went under,
Mm.
you had $1 billion banks, bro. They shut the doors and took all the money.
Damn.
Yeah, so that has happened before. But a lot of people don't realize it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let
That's
me see what
crazy.
else going on in the chat. No,
That,
just still good. He got that pension. Yeah, he got that pension, Apple Mac. They tried like hell to get it. Yeah, they tried like hell to get that pension, but they couldn't touch it. They
mm.
couldn't. I got the book, Sean, but I haven't read it yet. Oh, thanks, Jack. I appreciate it. Hey, leave me a review once you're done, Jack. It's sitting on my bookshelf. Yeah, they tried like hell to get that pension, but they can't touch that.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Chuck. I thought they got it, but I guess not. Yeah.
Now, I think when he got out of prison, he had $400,000 in his bank account. Yeah, they can't touch that pension. No, can't touch that. Yeah, one thing about the NFL, NFL got a lot. They have a lot of clout in this country.
Mm.
They have a lot of clout. You know, you got a lot of these owners is gangsters, boy.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of these guys, these owners, man, they got ties to the mob and all kind of shit, man. So a lot of these guys, they don't play fair like you
Oh,
think. You know, look at the commissioner. He came from a mob family.
it's wild, man, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
Look at what's his name, the owner, Donald Sterling. What happened to that dude?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to him, but
They banned him, man. They banned him, man, after those racial.
well, they said, well, you know, he was just bad for business. That's all. That's all that
Mhm.
is. They, you know, they look. All of them, he ain't the only owner that feel that way. Let's
Mm.
get this.
Oh,
Let's be clear. Then they just don't like when you come out and say it.
Mm.
That's all they was saying. They're like, hey man, you need to be quiet. You know,
you know the.
huh?
It's like they tell them, you know the rules. We all think that way, but you can't say it out like that.
Exactly. See, you got some guys just can't hold it because he one of them old school type of dudes. You know,
Yeah.
he's born in the 30s and 40s and 50s. He raised in the 30s and 40s where
Mm.
you can say whatever.
Yep.
And today you got these other guys. They're like younger. These owners. They're in the 50s and 60s. Most of these owners. So
Hmm.
they didn't grow up. You know, they didn't grow up in the 30s and 40s like he did. Just like Jerry West. This is Jerry West, the Panthers ex owner. He grew this man like what 80 something years old.
Old as hell.
He grew up in the 30s. Well, in the
Yep.
late 20s, right? Born
Right.
in the late 20s. He grew up in a time where a white guy could do whatever.
Oh
And
yeah.
he in there sexual and harass women and all kind of craziness, uh,
Mm.
saying basically whatever. And the other owners, yo, you got to go, bro.
Yeah.
You messing it up for us.
Yeah.
And these other owners is like, hey man, yo, you cool, man, but
You gotta go.
you know, that's they. I mean, they'll these other owners. I mean, they'll let you go. Uh, you know, they'll let you bend, but hey, don't break.
Yep.
So they look at it like this is a business decision. This ain't nothing personal. That's how they look at it.
Yeah. That's
You know,
true.
so they don't. They ain't. They feel the same way too. Trust me.
Oh, most definitely they do.
Yeah,
Nah,
they ain't tricking nobody. Let me see what else is going on. Sterling made a grip of money. Yeah, he made a grip of money. Sterling is a billionaire.
yeah. Dang.
Question is, where is his old Asian hoe? Yeah, that girl. I don't know what's up with that. That girl got all her stuff taken back. The Sterling's wife sued the girl, the side piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt sorry for the girl. God damn, man. I felt sorry for that girl, man. I mean,
They
I
took
was
the
messed up, man.
they took the condo, all the cars he
Took
bought her, everything.
everything. Took everything. The money, the car, the condo. I'm like, oh man, the girl gotta go back home to her parents' house, man.
Mm.
Oh, Joseph, man, shit.
I bet she's like, I should have never leaked that. Should have kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, I guess that's what she's, you know, saying or whatever. But hey, man, it is what it is, man. So, any last words, man?
Nah, brother. I think we covered it all, bro.
Yeah, man. I highly recommend y'all go get it, man. Go get it. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. Click the link below if you want it. You know what I'm saying? Robert Greene. I think this is gonna be the last book from Robert, if I'm not mistaken. Because he's getting older now. He's an old man now. Yeah, he's an old man. So, I highly recommend it, man. So hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.